The Lazarus Effect stars Olivia Wilde, Donald Glover, Mark Duplass, and Evan Peters, Sarah Bolger, and is produced by, of course, Jason Blum. So we got another Blumhouse Productions review. So basically, the plot of The Lazarus Effect that this is a supernatural sci-fi horror film and is directed by David Gelb. And basically, medical researcher Frank and his fiance and their team has achieved the impossible. They have found a way to bring back the dead. So, in, so he's more after a successful but unsanctioned experiment on a lifeless animal. They are ready to make their work public. But before this, we see Zoe trying to plan her marriage to Frank, but unfortunately, that he holds it off and she gets mad at him. It's more for his personal gain. So instead of focusing on their relationship, he's more focused on this cure, pretty much. But the dean learns what they've done. He shuts them down, and when they try to recreate this experiment, Zoe is killed during the attempt to recreate it, and this leaves Frank to test the process on her. Zoe is, of course, resurrected, but there's a little something with the evil within her, as I should say. The Lazarus Effect, I don't really see what the bad reviews are saying about it. I don't see what people are talking about. Yes, the plot is interesting because you're basically taking this cure and you're bringing people back from the dead. So in kind of ways, you're kind of like playing God. And I can understand some the execution is not as clever as you would think it would be, but I actually found some enjoyment in the Lazarus Effect. I'm not gonna lie, it's not perfect. I do have some flaws. The ending of this movie you see coming from a mile away, so that's not really much. Everyone dies, and pretty much, yeah. I have to say the kills are quite inventive. I really do. I love the quote, love it, and I thought it was really good. And I really do like that. It's pretty cool. And I do like the scenes with Mark Duplass and Olivia Wilde before Olivia Wilde becomes all evil. Their scenes are pretty good, and I feel a little sorry for Zoe because all she wants to do is have a good marriage with him, but instead of a wedding, he just wants this cure to freaking work, and that's where I kind of feel like that he's kind of the jerk. So, yeah, and yeah, there is a little some slow spots, but the movie's only an hour and 23 minutes, so it's not that slow. So when it gets to what is gets to, that's where it gets fast. That's where it gets going pretty good. But I think it's I think for the budget $3.3 million, the budget is well spent. The makeup looks pretty good, especially on Olivia Wilde when she is resurrected. Just when you thought Olivia Wilde could not be any more beautiful than she already is, even with all the makeup covered up, she is still beautiful. But but she pretty much creeps me the heck out in that makeup, and that says something because the movie's doing its job right. Donald Glover is also pretty good too. He's pretty good too. He was great in Spider-Man: Homecoming last year for his little screen time, and you can tell in that movie they're setting him up to be Miles Morales which I'm fine with. Just Marvel is doing something pretty good, awesome there for Spider-Man. I don't mind if they set up the Spider-Verse in that movie, but here I thought it was pretty good, especially the way he gets killed. The kills are creative. I do like that. Some of the writing, though, you could have done a lot better with the writing, but for a movie that came out in February of 2015 and it was going up against SpongeBob and the first 50 Shades movie, you could have done a lot worse though. But I have to say, there's a lot more good than bad on this movie. I don't really see what happens. And then when Zoe gets she gets telekinesis, telepathy, she gets all these superhuman powers, and then it also causes aggression and ultimate insanity. I'm like, wow. And then one character, which is Don Glover, like I said, he goes out. Basically, how he goes out is that Nico is surprised by her, and then he refuses to kiss her, which she throws him into a locker room and crushes him. I'm like, wow. That's what happened. And I literally said out loud, that's what you get for refusing to kiss someone who is supposed to be dead, but not really. I kind of made a joke while I was watching that part. But yeah, I do think there is a good idea here. Yes, some of the execution is not that well handled. Yes, some of the writing could have been a little better. But for the most part, you got a cast that does fine. You got a premise that works. You do have good cinematography and some good music here too. It could have been fixed in some areas, but I do think this is one of 2015's most underrated films, The Lazarus Effect. I don't really see what everyone's talking about with this movie. And if you are scared to watch this movie because of the bad reviews, don't listen to the critics. They don't know what they're talking about nowadays, especially now. You gave movies like Ghostbusters 2016 a higher rating, but you give movies like Justice League and freaking X-Men Apocalypse the bad press. For what? For nothing. They at least were, those two movies, they were at least entertaining. And this movie is no exception. It is entertaining. It's flawed, yes, but it's watchable. And if you are a fan of Olivia Wilde and you want to see her play crazy with telekinetic powers, I would say watch this. This is another segment of Guilty Pleasure Movie of the Week. So, yeah. I'm gonna give this movie an Epictastic. Like I said, this is a guilty pleasure, and if I like this movie, then again, I'm guilty as charged for liking this. I should not feel guilty because I like the movie. It's my opinion. So, let me know what you guys think of The Lazarus Effect down below. Did you like it? Did you not like it? I'll see you guys in the next Guilty Pleasure Movie of the Week segment. Y'all take care.